guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, and I'm not quite sure whereabouts I'm going to slot this video, but if so, if it is where I'm thinking, I'm hoping to get all the Tunisia vlogs out first. If not, I hope you enjoyed the Tunisia vlogs, and if we're right in the middle, then there's still more to come. But yeah, but today we're taking a break from the vlogs, or we're now going back to our regularly scheduled programme, and we have a book review. So we have Crossfire by Malorie Blackman, and I don't know if you're aware, but we have the rest of the series here. So it's Noughts and Crosses. This is the fifth instalment of Noughts and Crosses, and it happens 18 years after Double Cross. So this one focuses on Toby and Callie Rose, and I read this on holiday, and I don't know why I took it with me, because it just left me in a major book hangover. Like, I just don't know. I'm still kind of angry at it as such. I'm still just not happy. Anyway, I read it in about a few days, 2 or 3 days. I kind of dragged it out basically as much as I could. I could have easily read that in 2 days or even one sitting, because it was just so good and so intense. It was one of those page turners that you just wanted to keep knowing what was going to happen. And also, I like it when books, this isn't a spoiler, so we've got like a kind of chapter divider, and then this is one chapter and it's like 2 pages. And I really like it when books are just, the chapters are really small, because it just, I feel like I get through them quicker, because I think, oh, it's only one more chapter, it's only 2 more pages, that, like, so on and so forth. But anyway, we'll be reviewing Crossfire by Malorie Blackman, and this one is the one that I took with me to Yelk. Well, I bought at Yelk, and we got a cheeky little signature in it. There we go, got a cheeky little signature. Let's get on to the review. Okay, first off, I want to just admire how amazing Malorie is at getting you inside a character's head, and how complex she makes her characters, and in a way it also makes them so kind of untrustworthy at the same time. So let's take like Toby. You think he's the same as when he was at the end of Double Cross, kind of him and Callie forever type situation, and then he comes out with these accusations and these kind of statements, which really makes you like think what he is like as a character. And it's like, is he lying to kind of save himself, or is he lying to save others, or is he making it up, or has politics corrupted him, or anything like that? So if anything, she just makes it really hard for you to trust people. I think Callie Rose is probably like one of my favourite characters in this one. Sephi will always be my favourite. She just holds a special place in my heart. She's one of the most amazing, like, strongest female characters I've ever really come across. I say that, you know, take it with a pinch of salt, but she's just amazing. Like, every time she comes in, I'm like, yes, Sephi, here we go, back at it again with the amazingness. But she's in this as well, just not as much. It more focuses is on what's his name, Troy, which is Callie Rose's younger brother, and Libby, who's in Troy's class. I won't say how she's further intertwined into the story, because that's just kind of a bit spoiler. So, but when her story starts to unfold, you kind of get it straight away. As soon as you kind of realise who she's related to and how she's mixed in this whole situation, you just get it. As soon as those little breadcrumbs get dropped, it's pretty easy to figure it out. I really hate her mum, but I also really feel bad for her mum. Like, she gets pregnant at like 16 and then has a baby, but then she's also really awful and like tries to drown her daughter on multiple occasions for like fun, or to teach her a lesson, and it just really hurts me inside. Like, Malorie creates these characters, and even though they're so kind of hyperbolic in a way, not in a comedic sense, but they're so kind of exaggerated in their mannerisms and personalities, I think it's so easy for each of us to find ourselves in each character. So the nervousness and anxiety that Libby feels, her will to kind of prove everything to everybody and to please everybody and to prove that she's not kind of what her skin suggests, is something that I feel like a lot of people can associate with. But then also kind of Toby's, he's got like a really strong moral compass, even though it kind of maybe comes out at the wrong way, and maybe he says things that he later regrets. It's like something that, even though in the moment you think you had the right intention, looking back on it, even 5 minutes later, you realise that wasn't the case. And I think a lot of these actions we can ourselves associate with us, or hope that we can have in ourselves. I just think I really like the characters. They're very nice. Easy to kind of understand in a way, like they're not, the writing isn't complex at all. It's very easy to read, very reader friendly, very accessible. Really liked it. It's just, I don't know. I forgot all the points I was going to say. What was I saying? The issues raised, very interesting. This one, it has a great commentary on the way that politics is run, as well as the people in politics, their intentions and their actions. So Malorie kind of questions why people are in politics. Was it good intentions from the beginning, but as politics has gone on, it's been warped slightly? Or maybe they didn't have good intentions in the beginning and they were saying things to please the people? Is politics just a big sham that isn't really democratic anymore? It's about who you know, how much money you've got, the colour of your skin, your education. Excuse me. So questions like that she brings up, which is really interesting, especially in our political climate now, especially with Parliament being suspended for 5 weeks and just everything being effectively up in the air. It's really interesting to have a writer like this bring these things to light in the context of race relations, and it also kind of makes you realise how much, I think as a younger generation, we don't really actually think about politics that much, but when all these politicians go off and like die eventually, we're the ones that are left with it, or when they go and retire, it'll be us that is then left with the outcome as such. So I think it's also a comment on how people should be a little bit more invested into politics, invested into maybe the laws and such, and just kind of paying a little bit more closer attention to maybe what's going on. Nothing gets resolved. You think you're going to get answers in this? No, no way, not at all. Nothing at all gets answered, and it haunts me. Okay, if anything, she picks up more questions and more accusations and more just uncertainty than she answers, and it's like, excuse me, where's my resolution? If there isn't any, there better be a book 6. There's an event that happens fairly early on in the novel, and it is at the danger of Libby and Troy's lives. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I'm trying to keep it as spoiler free as possible, and you would think throughout the course of the novel we're able to either free them or they die. You know, we get an ending of some sort. No, that doesn't happen. This is a little bit of a spoiler, because once you've read it and you kind of think, oh god, here we go, this is the event she was on about, and now she said that it doesn't even happen. It just doesn't get resolved. So you don't know if they get out, you don't know if they die, you don't know if anyone's close to saving them, or why they got stolen, or whatever, or life threatened. You just don't know. And then on the flip side, you've got like Callie and Toby trying to sort it all out, but you don't know if they sort it all out. And it's just infuriating. It just really, really is. And I'm like, Malorie, I could have probably done with not reading that, because then I had some sort of closure from these ones, and now my mind is just open all over it again, and I don't know how I feel about it. I just think it's a novel that should be in all of our libraries. Well, it's a series, in fact. It is a series. Yeah, it's a series that everyone needs to read. Every young person, whether you're a young person of colour, you're a young white person, or maybe you're older, maybe my age. I just think it's a series that's so well written, addresses issues of race relations in Britain more so, because a lot of YA literature, I feel like it more targets American race relations. Like I'm Not Dying With You Tonight, if you check my previous review, that was about race relations in America, whereas I think it's important we look at race relations in Britain, and even though it's kind of a similar narrative in the wider scope, it's a little bit more unique country to country. I just think everyone should read the series, because whether you agree with what she's saying or not, at least you have a viewpoint and an opinion, and you are kind of informed as such. But I just think it's really good. I think it gives young people a voice. It shows them that they're not alone, even in this very weird speculative world. To sum it all up, extremely well written. I loved it. I love the small chapters. I'm a person that absolutely adores small chapters. If there's a book with small chapters, I'm getting through. Cassandra Clare, I love her writing, but her chapters can be lengthy. I love the changing POVs, and I also like how it's past and present. It gets a little bit confusing, so you just kind of have to establish yourself within the novel, so you kind of ground it and realise where you really are. But she's got like page dividers that say now and then, etc. But I like that because it gives you a wider insight into the characters, and also the experiences that kind of relate to the situation in the present and how their past has influenced the situation now, especially seeing as though it has been 18 years since Double Cross. We need a kind of a little bit more background as to what's been going on in those 18 years. Definitely need a 6th one now because my mind is just frazzled. Apart from that, you should definitely read Crossfire if you've read the first 4. If you haven't, definitely start Noughts and Crosses because it is incredible. It just leaves you shook. So that's it for today's review. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave your comments on Crossfire down below, or the Noughts and Crosses series in general. What do you think about it? But yeah, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below and all of that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!